Hallihallo everyone and welcome to a new video. I am Jisary and today I will share 3 easy ways to improve the composition of your illustrations. Have you ever thought that your art looks a little stiff or boring? Or that you would like your characters to appear more alive or interesting? That your picture is missing something? Well, look no further because this is the video for you. When you follow my tips, you will achieve exactly that. More dynamic, a nicer flow, and exciting looking compositions. So then, strap in and here we go. The first way with which you can improve your composition is rotation. And no, please don't start turning in circles now, I don't want you to get dizzy. What I mean is the rotation of your characters. Characters that stand straight and appear linear are often the reason for artworks feeling stiff and boring. And there's an easy way to fix this. Rotate either your character or the canvas. Just a few degrees are often enough to give your picture a little push. Let it appear a little more dynamic. And if you have multiple characters, try rotating them both separately. See what effects it makes. Which leads me neatly into my next point. Rotate counter-directional. Let me show you what I mean. When I start off my illustrations, I always start with a scribble. I only use basic shapes to represent characters and objects. And I do this for one very specific reason. To figure out the flow of my composition. And I mainly do this through transforming and rotating each part of the body separately into different directions until the composition creates the experience I aim for. Having body parts follow different directions changes the flow of the body and makes the character pose more flowy and interesting. It creates visual friction, which translates into a more dynamic perception of the picture. This is what I refer to when I say rotate counter-directional. And it is easiest in the very beginning of the process, when everything is still very rough. So, don't skip the scribble or thumbnail phase, everyone. Which brings me to my last tip for today. Tell a story. You might hear this and think, what are you talking about? I am making a picture, not a comic. Well, and that is probably true, but you can still tell a little tiny story with it. Let me explain why this is important. You can just sit down and draw a girl. You scribble something, you start drawing, and yes, it is a girl. You have probably created something cute or beautiful. Maybe you tried out a new color technique or interesting camera perspective. It might look fine. But what if you just thought a little more about what the girl is you draw? What she's doing and why? Maybe she loves gardening and is caring for her plants. It is in the middle of summer and the ground is dried out. So she's carefully watering the plants that she loves so much. And bam! You have ideas for a background, possible assets for her to interact with, a direction for her clothing, and even a vision for the colors and vibes you want to create. And I'm very sure this artwork will look way more interesting compared to when you just, sit down and draw the girl without any thought put into it. And this also goes back to finding the right composition. When you just draw a girl, how dynamic is it supposed to be? What are the right rotations? But now you have a small scene set up and probably a clear picture in your head, and you can scribble something and just move stuff around until it fits your vision. And it didn't take long to think about this story. So I can only recommend to just think a few seconds about the story behind the scene and the character you are drawing. It creates a lot of useful information for you, and on top, it connects you closer to the characters you draw, which is really a nice feeling to have. It also helps you create distinct artwork. If you are one of the artists that suffers from same face syndrome, so that all of your pictures kind of look the same, this tip might help you with that too. Because the girl you draw that loves plants and waters them in the sun will likely look and feel different from the girl that loves boxing and is training for her next kickboxing championship. And this concludes my little lesson for today. Now you know when you see me scribble around in the beginning of an illustration what I am doing there and why. I hope this was helpful to you, and I can't wait to see what you are creating now. If you have any further questions, let me know in the comments and I will try to answer them. And as usual, if you have any other art topic you would like to see or learn more about, tell me and I will see what I can do. It was a pleasure as always, and I would be delighted to see you again in the next video. Have a nice day or evening, stay healthy and comfy, until we meet again.